thank you again for joining Proud of It podcast. We surely appreciate all those out there that have been listening and taking my messages to the masses. For I'm not in that position to do so, but if you are and you are listening to these messages, then you also know where our country is going. And I hate to say it, everybody says hate is not right, but there is a lot of things that a lot of Americans are not hating right now, and the hate continues to rise, and it's rising with the adults within our society who hates to be adults, who hates to have to fight for the innocent, those who are hating to do the right thing now within our society and other societies around the world, because this voice has traveled around the world. There are millions of people within all locations of societies that has heard my messages and know that right now there is billions of adults, millions of adults that hate to even try to protect children anymore. The adults in this generation hate to even protect themselves. They would rather not carry a weapon and be shot themselves than to carry a weapon so that they could defend themselves, defend their family, defend their children, defend the innocents out there, the elderly that are being exposed to black violence, being exposed to all types of abductions and just innocents killing. Many children in our societies and societies around the world right now need adults to stop hating the fact that we have a duty as adults to protect the innocents within our communities, within our families, within our view. If you're viewing somebody being assaulted, that you have a duty to do something about it. You have a obligation to do something about it. When you say that you love America, but you lack any discipline to try to stop anyone from attacking children, from indoctrinating children, and you don't physically want to fight them, that you're really just being a lousy adult who doesn't want to stand up and do what needs to be done, that is necessary. We are in the fight of our lives right now with children across all continents. We are in a fight to stop what is happening across this world and across all divides, Democratic, Republic, whatever, it doesn't matter. We are here to protect children. We are here to protect ourselves. We are here to protect our families. And without those things, we have nothing. And for any adult right now that is hating, for cops right now that are not stepping up and protecting children that are being thrown in the mix of gay pride weeks and not doing anything, just go ahead and lay down your badge and get the hell out. Those that are only coming to work to get a paycheck and not worry about what is actually going on within your community, go ahead and lay down your badge and get the hell out of office. You're doing no good. Children across this world right now are being susceptible to all types of evil, all types of things that adults should be taking care of. But because adults they are lacking in all areas of adulthood, Children are being manipulated. Children are being assaulted. Children are being molested. Children are being trafficked. Children are being drugged to death with the fentanyl epidemic going on. Our government is totally betraying its own people across every continent right now. Across every continent right now, every nation is being delivered right into the gates of hell because adults will no longer fight physically. They will know they're not strong enough mentally, and they are not willing to do anything to try to fight against what is going on within all borders, in all different nations, tongues, ethnies, everything, race, religion. Nobody is doing nothing. While children are being shown the most filthiest parts of society and being praised as being proud, and no adults are out there are doing nothing because the pedophiles are being protected by the written off police, the written off of society that should be wanting to protect children, should not care if an adult is sick enough to take their children to a pride parade where people are dancing around with their dicks hanging out, slapping each other on the ass, showing all types of sexual perversion. I am sorry. What the fucking hell are we doing paying for, what is it, child services, children's services? What the hell is children's services doing? That piece of shit organization that is not protecting children is not doing its job. These children, I mean, me personally, they went around while January 6th was happening and called every son of a bitch that was out there going against government ordeals that was happening at the time. But they will not seek out parents who are bringing their kids to such a sexual perverse place and just continue to allow. We are living in a society where people do not understand that you're going to have to fight physically, you're going to have to fight mentally, you're going to have to fight on every single level. Spiritually, you're going to have to fight in every single area to bring about change. Your children are going to be worth nothing if you don't start standing up. If people do not start understanding that they have an obligation to stand up towards such evil that is being pervasive amongst children, amongst society, and we just continue to allow it, and our children are being decimated again and again and again. And all people keep talking about is we just have to wait. We just have to wait. Wait for what? Every child to be molested? Every child to be susceptible to such filth that they're being susceptible to? And we're supposed to, as a society, accept that? We're supposed to just lay down while a grown man is throwing his dick around at little girls at a parade? We're supposed to stand around while sick motherfuckers take over our schools, while sick adults take over our nation? We're supposed to stand around and wait for the courts to repossess everything? People, it is time to quit waiting. Quit hating the fact that you have the power to take back all and everything. Everything. You have the power to walk forward. You have the power to stand up. You have the power of God if you believe in him. That's most of your problems right there, is half the society doesn't even believe in God anymore. You don't believe God's giving you the power to take these people and shove them down a can. We're in a society now that is totally perpetuated by evil. We're totally a society that is accepting evil. We're totally a society now that is celebrating evil. We're now a society that is celebrating our children being molested, our children being killed by fentanyl. We are now celebrating. Now we are giving the government the okay to continue to kill our children, continue to assault our children, continue to molest our children, continue to allow pedophiles into the school systems. We are now in a day and age where we are allowing, it's not even that and it's all because of the hate that parents have, that yes, you do have a fucking obligation. You are a fucking parent, you dumbass. You are more than a fucking judge. You are more than a fucking president. You have a body that was formed out of God's own hands in your possession, and all you're doing is shitting on them. Shitting all over your children. Allowing shit to be thrown onto your children. Allowing shit to be thrown in their faces. You're just allowing it. You're just allowing it. And then you sit there at the table and talk about how you love them and how you love them. You haven't loved nothing. You've hated yourself. You hate your society. You hate everything. And now you're the hate that is rising, that's been rising from more and more parents that don't want to do nothing, don't want to have to parent, don't want to have to adult, don't want to have to care about their children. Just allow their children to be manipulated by society. Allowing your grandchildren to be manipulated by society. In all these countries, your children are being manipulated, and we have over 1 trillion adults within society that's being told by 500,000 people what's going to happen. It is time that the hate needs to be not upon hating what your obligation is as a parent, as an adult, but now it is time to take charge. It is now time to take the steps towards being a real adult, stopping situations, jumping in front of children. Do not allow such filth to walk around in your society, in your community. Do not allow it. Don't pander to it. If cops are protecting it, then you need to vote the motherfucking sheriff that's in your county out so that you can get a real sheriff that'll take care of real problems like children that are being molested, children that are being assaulted, elderly that is being molested, elderly that's being assaulted. You need to vote in some real people that can actually stop things, that actually wants to stop things, that actually does care about society, about your community. Because right now they do not care. You have people in your government offices have no care. You have people in your sheriff's office right now, they don't care. They don't care what's happening to your children because those same officers They're fucking the teachers that are teaching your kids all the bullshit that you don't want them to learn, that you wouldn't even tell them, you wouldn't even talk about to them. But you have sheriff's offices that are fucking teachers that are teaching your children because they're all fucking Satanists. They're all Satanists. Oh, you don't believe in God? Well, believe in Satan, because right now Satanists are teaching your children how to fuck each other's best friend in the ass, how to lick each other's pussy, how to dress like a girl and be proud of it. That's what they're teaching your kids. Satanists. Love those guys. Love the ones that are going to send your kids to hell, send you to hell, send your community to hell, send your country to hell. Love them people. Love them son of a bitches. Love them. Don't hate them. Don't hate them. Don't want to fight them physically. Don't want to fight them mentally. Don't want to fight them spiritually. We're just gonna love them. We're just gonna love this society that is going to send, it doesn't even care. They're going to send you, your nation, your children, and your future children's children to hell because you are no longer doing your obligation as an adult, as a parent, as a guardian, as a teacher, as a mayor, as a lieutenant governor, as a state senator, as a fucking army brat, as whatever the hell you are. You're no longer doing what God has called us, what God has allowed us to be. You're allowing everything to come in because your hate of being a parent, of being what God has called you to be, you hate it so much that you would rather just lay it down and give it over to Satan. Thank you, Adam and Eve, because that's the story of Adam and Eve. They gave up. They didn't believe. They allowed Satan to come into their life, rip everything out, and here we are today. And now it's happening in mass. Now it's happening in mass. We have a mass amount of atoms. We have a mass amount of Eve. And we have a mass amount of Cain. We have a mass amount. And they're killing our children. They're killing their own children. They're killing our communities. They're killing our elderly. They've already killed our elderly, and they're going to continue killing our elderly because everybody hates to be what they're supposed to be doing. They hate it. When they go to school, when the principal goes to school, he hates that he has to tell the teacher, you don't need to be teaching that shit to little kids. He hates doing that. He wants to be like, oh, no, you're fine. Oh, yeah, you can teach that. Oh, yeah, and we'll fuck later on. Yeah, we'll all get a big teacher orgy going on because we know what is happening in these schools. It's no fucking secret no more. We know what's happening. We know what's happening around our whole entire town, city, government, whatever. We know what is happening. We have the biggest lying president that's ever been. And the administration's even bigger than he is. And here we are today, still allowing our children to be decimated because everybody wants their clout, wants to feel good, wants to look good, wants to look like the good whore they are, wants to look like the good piece of shit you are. They want to look like the piece of shit they are. They want to look good. They want to sound good. But in the end of the day, your children are shitbags. You've done allowed your children to turn into shitbags. You've done allowed yourself to turn into a shitbag. You've done allowed your community to turn into a bunch of shitbags. You've done allowed your whole entire nation to turn into a bunch of shitbags that care nothing about what they should be caring about. And the hate is continuing to rise because nobody is trying. Nobody is trying anymore. Everybody's just trying to be what they shouldn't even be trying to be. I hope that there are some out there that are listening to this message, understanding that this message is a message of love. It's a message of hope to those out there that really want to take it for what it is. Because if somebody wasn't saying these things, if they were saying the opposite of this, then you would know they was telling the lie because you're not doing a good job. Who's doing a good job out there? Who's trying to do a good job out there? Because we're not seeing it. It's not quite there yet. Our communities are being decimated. Our society is falling off of a cliff. Our money is worth almost nothing at this point. And people are still crying about having to do just a little bit more to try to help their sons and daughters become just a little bit more than the piece of shit that they're going to become because you are so afraid and hate having to be the adult God has called you to be. It's so much easier to say there's no God so I can have no responsibility for my actions. I can have no responsibility for my fucking community. I don't have to have no responsibility for the adults around me. I don't have to have nothing. You're a piece of shit. Get it right. You have much authority. You have much to give to society, and you need to be giving it. Thank you. Private podcast again. This is just a short message, but I'm hoping it reaches you, and I hope that those out there will continue to spread the message. Thank you.